Good afternoon. I am very excited to be the host for First Partaker of Purpose. And then I keep doing this. Every time I say this, I always say with the quotes, my why. I just wanted to, first of all, before we get started, just to say, please subscribe and on the YouTube channel, please. And subscribe, like, comment, and share on the YouTube channel. It's on this via Portia Wheatley, Trophy of Life. And make sure we get this all around to the whole world. Make sure everybody gets to hear this message today. I'm excited about it. I'm excited. So good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Marie Mouzon, and I am one of the board of directors for Trophy of Life under the leadership, the visionary of Portia Wheatley. So I am excited to be here today. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me. So as we speak on being the first partaker of purpose, my why, before I introduce my guest, I would like to talk about purpose, what purpose is, what it means. And our purpose is defined as the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Why do I exist? And my why, what motivates you? The reason or reasons one has for acting, behaving, or doing a particular thing. What drives me? So some people ask the question, why am I here? Why do I exist? Why was I created? So everyone was born with a purpose, gifts, and talents. So let's hear from this young lady today as she shares on being the first partaker of her purpose and her why. And what helped her to realize her purpose, what caused her or helped to drive her hard to make sure that her purpose is being executed in the earth. So today, I take pleasure in introducing her. She's my guest today. Her name is Shalonda Branch-Nelson. And I met Shalonda years ago, and I watched her grind hard. I watched her identify with herself, her purpose, what she's doing, why she's doing it. And this is going to be a really exciting broadcast today. So she knows what she's doing. She knows how she got to this place, and I'm excited. So Shalonda, I'm going to open up the floor for you. Tell us, you are the first partaker of your purpose and your why. The floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Shalonda Nelson, and my purpose is to help people with disabilities. And it's kind of crazy that, that I was able to box this thing, but I'm going to tell you a little background. I was in school one day, and I was so adamant to help this particular person who had disabilities. I mean, he would navigate and do things, and it was just like spectacular. So I ran over there one day, and I'm like, do you need help? And he said, did I ask you for help? And I said, no, you didn't ask me for help, but I just want to help you. He said, listen, yeah, I have a disability. I'm handicapped, but I'm still human. And from that day, Marie, it stuck with me to understand and know the value of being an advocate for people with disabilities. Coming in a situation, coming in a situation of where, coming from our type of neighborhoods, disabilities and everything is not really recognized. And so for me, it was to recognize it, see about how we can help people find resources. So what I did was I started working at Keystone Community Residence, shout out to Keystone, in South Plainfield, New Jersey. And it opened my eyes to a whole nother world. I mean, we were taking them different places. We were in Special Olympics, and it just, how you just feel like it's a fulfillment. And that's what I felt. And so I started just working and understanding and learning about different programs. And then I became a house manager. And from that, an administrative. Until now, I'm helping people and people who wants to become agencies. And I love it because I'm able to sit, I'm able to train, I'm able to give examples. I'm able to, let them know, listen, it's just not about you opening up a business, but it's about you serving people. And that's what I love. I love serving people with disabilities. I mean, I just get ecstatic talking about it. And I'm getting ready to opening up my agency pretty soon. I'm in the process of just waiting on some paperwork through the state of Maryland. And I'm able to, once I'm able to open it, I want to help out with job readiness. I want to help them open businesses, things that you don't pay attention to or you don't think that people with disabilities can do. I'm like the type of person to say, no, you can do it. And then here is how it can be done. So that's my purpose, is to serve and to teach. That's my purpose.
So you identified it with helping those with disabilities.
Yes.
So
yes.
Just from that moment of identifying with that gentleman who actually had a disability, you got the sensitivity side of it. You got how it can sometimes become offensive when we don't know the right language to use.
Correct.
Right? So when you think about how that affected you, how that affected your heart, pulled on your heartstrings, you saying, you know what, I think this is what I want to do. Do you have anybody in your family with disabilities?
Well, I have a couple of people in my family with disabilities, and they're able to contact me and ask me about different programs, how to get in different things. And I'm just happy that I'm able to give them that information because of me working and being in this field for so long.
How long have you been in the field?
For over 17 years. I started when I was 16 years old. I started doing a little bit of work on the weekends because you can't work full time at that time. And I just fell in love with it. And it's crazy, Marie, because my first day of work, everyone called out. So, I mean, and I had some situations going on, but it didn't matter to me. And when the supervisor came up there, the supervisor was like, you don't feel any way of being by yourself? I was like, no, I just want to learn and see what it is that I can do to help. I said, but I'm okay. And he was just like, wow, so I know that was for me. That's my destiny.
My destiny. That's awesome. So, Shalonda, what has been your greatest project so far, working with the disability or working with people who have disabilities?
Honestly, Marie, a lot of people with disabilities go through so much with being abused, being neglected. And for me, it's being able to advocate for them. When I became a resource coordinator years back, I had a situation with someone who was being abused by their mother. We couldn't really pinpoint what was going on, but when we began the investigation side of things, we started to see money being spent, recklessly. He's not being taken care of. He's being neglected of dental work, different things like that. And it really pulled on me because I'm like, dang, how can you, treat someone like that? Your own parent. But some of the things, once you were able to speak with her, she knew that some things were wrong, but then some other things she didn't understand. So that's where the teaching of where I came from with teaching and showing like, look, you can't do this. This is neglect. This is abuse. This is this. And we were able to, of course, remove him. But the fact of knowing that I could go to sleep at night and knowing that he was safe was well rested within me. So yeah, that was like a really major thing, because I guess I was naive to think that a parent would do this to someone of, of this stature, that have this disability. And yeah, it happens.
So not only did you, it drive you to do research and study to get yourself approved, like really to put that work in, but you became an advocate for them.
Yes.
So that's powerful in itself, to say, I'm fighting for people who can't fight for themselves or have a hard time fighting for themselves. Tell me about that.
So for me, it's just to educate people. At one point, and still literature says that they're retarded. We don't use that lingo anymore. But, if you speak to some people, that's the word that they navigate to, because that's what they know them as. They don't know them that this person may have a disability, but is a business owner, or this person may have a disability, but love to act. I like to get in and pull that out and get to know them for them,
Yes.
And so that's what me, it's just exciting. And it's also exciting to see when sometimes they know that other people aren't rooting for them. So they stay in this box, and I meet them, and I'm talking with them, and I'm getting to know them. And as the weeks progress, you see a difference in them. You see that their self-confidence come back. You see that they begin to have self-esteem, the questions that they begin to ask. And it's just like, okay, this person is coming out of the shell. Great. Let's keep doing what we can do so he can have his fullest potential. We just finished helping someone with disabilities. He loved detailing cars. He loved it. So nice. Like, you want to work for Ford? He said, no, I don't want to work for Ford. I want to own my own business. I said, okay. Well, Maria went to the library. We researched about opening up a business, of where he can get grants and different things like that. And we're in this stage process for him to be able to detail cars. And the crazy thing is that he didn't have a lot of family members that were rooting for him. They were actually putting him down. Like, how can you do this and you can't read, and this, that? And he would come and he would be so down. And listen, you can do all things through God that strengthens you. I said, so let's just focus on what it is. I'll help you and we'll get there. And Marie, just by him talking about it, he just had the biggest smile on his face. Those are the things that I enjoy and I love to do, just bringing hope back, peace back, and letting people know that they can do it, be that support piece. So
I love this. I love this so much. So tell me, what's the name of your company, your business?
Self-Directions Incorporated.
Self-Directions Incorporated. And
right.
In that scope, you'll have different avenues of training for people with disabilities to how to help them navigate in the world, right?
Yes. Family members, people who may want to become a provider. I give assistance. I help out with training. I tell people, if you're really serious about this, look at the movie called Christmas in Purgatory. It kind of showed you what people with disabilities went through. The whole group home. Marie, I mean, this movie showed how, people were understaffed, the nurses and stuff. And so when they went to feed them, they basically just had to throw food in the middle of the floor, and they just had to fend for themselves. And so the good thing is that John F. Kennedy, he was able to advocate and start to break down those different group homes and make them be able to move into like apartments so they can feel as normal as possible. you know?
Yes,
So
yes.
those are the things that, really stuck with me to keep moving forward. And trust me, sometimes it gets a little rough, but I get a phone call from a client that I helped out, or a family member, and just, calling and check on me. And it's like I get that, that energizer battery again to keep doing what I do.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Those little nudges and reminders.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. I want to ask you a question too, because I have a special needs grandson.
Mm-hmm.
His hopes is to get married, have children. When you him, it doesn't look like that's even a possibility. So we need to know how to navigate through that. We need to know how to say, be encouraging, look at different, I'm sure they have like support groups and stuff like that, right? So all that information, and you can be able to help guide people into that, and what they should and shouldn't do, what they should and should not do.
Correct. There was a doctor, and I forgot her name. She was out in Washington, D.C. And this is the time that I was doing direct care and moving into management, and I met her. And a lot of people threw this shade at her because she was teaching people with disabilities about sex, right? And so about getting married. Nobody want to touch those topics when it comes down to people with disabilities, because they're like, they got a disability. They're not thinking about that stuff. When they are, they're just like you and me. They think about the same things. They want the same things. They have the same goals. So why can't they achieve it? The people that hold them back is us, the community, the family members. Instead of encouraging them and telling them that they can do it, we kind of feel sorry for them, or we say, oh no, that can't be done, when it can. If you allow a person to be them, you'll be surprised how they blossom. You'll be surprised what they get into. You'll be surprised what they can do. But if they say, my aunt, she's always telling me that I'm not going to be able to get married. I'm not going to be able to get my license. Those words will harp with them, because no matter how much they try to tell you, listen, I can do it. It may take me additional steps, but I can get there. That doesn't mean that we stop it. We support them in any and everything that they do. After all, we want to be supported.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so awesome when you say that about the support part, because they have feelings. Let's get hurt just like us. They need encouragement just like us. I watched the movie, and of course I can't remember the movie. And it was two people, young people, who both had disabilities, and they fell in love. I can't remember the name of the movie, and everybody was against them, and this can't happen. It's impossible. They ran away. They ran away together. And they got married. They lived together. Well, you know what happened? She actually got pregnant. The girl. Pregnant.
I remember I forgot the name.
It was so good. It was so emotional, of course, but it was so good. But they did it. And they actually did it by the help of somebody outside of their actual family. So, that's powerful to just hear that this is your passion. This is your passion, and you're fighting for them. That's the key for me right there. Fighting for them, and also educating those who just don't know. We stereotype. We've done it in so many different arenas and so many different things, and this does not escape it. This is a stereotype as well. So just real quick, if I said, Shalonda, I hear your purpose. You got hooked into this thing because of what you experienced yourself, but your why, how is it going to affect the world? How is your why going to affect the world?
I believe that it's going to break down a lot of stereotypes of what can be done with people with disabilities, and begin to open up an eye for, they have a disability, but that's not who they are. So my why is to remove what that disability is, and for you to just focus on the person.
Remove that stigma, that thing.
Remove it. Remove it. Because, okay, this person has cerebral palsy, but what else does this person bring to the table?
Oh, that's good. That's good. What else do they have? And a lot of people, like someone like my grandson, they have an amazing amount of love. They love loving. They love loving, love feeling cared for. And, you know, it's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to see that they really are human like everybody else. So that's awesome, Shalonda. So what's your takeaway? My takeaway. I'll give you my takeaway. My takeaway, I'm impressed because a lot of people don't have patience for this type of journey. A lot of people are very selfish. People are generally just selfish. So to take on the stance of I'm going to fight for people. I'm gonna help them. I'm gonna do what I can do, young and old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, young and old, to make sure they have a chance, that they have a chance to be their best selves. That's awesome to me. That's awesome to me. I'm excited about your business that you're starting. I know you've already been doing some things with it. So give me the name of it again.
Self Directions Incorporated.
Where did you get that name? Where'd that name come from?
Because think about it. We are always, especially people with disabilities, are under the direction of someone else but themselves. Okay. So it's not your way. It's not his way, her way, but it's my way. My self-direction in life. And that's where I'm from.
I love it. I love it. Well, anything else you want to give us to share about you, about your purpose, about your why, about
I would just say
this is going to reach the whole world. Everybody's going to hear this and see this and want to be, because I think people have a hard time identifying with their purpose.
Yeah.
Your purpose is really something that you love. And I don't care how long you've been living, you just can't shake that thing. This is it. This is, I kind of feel it like this is where I should be. And I think people, this broadcast will kind of help people say, you know what? I identified with this a long time ago and it hasn't left me yet.
Right.
I think I need to jump on it. I think this is kind of taking me almost like in a circle, like right back to the beginning.
Well, listen,
what I love.
For me, it's so many times that I tried to do other things, but find myself coming back to the same spot. And so no matter how much you try to fight it, God will find a way to bring you back to it. And so when he's bringing you back to it, open your eyes and listen to what he's trying to tell you. Because so many times, like I have a master's degree. So I want money. I want this, I want that. But that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is me making a difference in someone's life, changing the world, and able to advocate for them. So that's my takeaway.
Are you looking for, so your company is going to actually run through grants?
Well, we're in the process of looking up different grants through the state of Maryland. I want to start with the state of Maryland, kind of get an understanding, and then start moving into different states. But for right now, just trying to develop more networking with people, family members, and just being able to put the name out there, if they need help or if you need some time away, I'm here, I can help out. Just whatever it is, awesome.
That's a key point right there. When you know people who have children who are special needs or have disabilities, and you can provide for them like a family, like a married couple, to go away for a weekend.
Yes.
That's what your agency is going to actually afford. That's wonderful.
And I'm also going to be working with another agency called Vacation Network, and what they do is actually put out different vacations for people with disabilities. And so if you want, if you want your child to, or your the adult that you're taking care of, whatever, to just get away, this particular agency will do the process from beginning to end, and be able to bring them in and have someone to work with them that's med trained and different things like that, to be able to give the medication if they need it or whatever. And
that's awesome.
Understand who they're working with. Sometimes you may have a person who may have autism that may need a little bit additional needs. So we're going to have that person who understands and been working with people with autism to work with this person. So,
and everybody's certified, and so that's
will be certified in Maryland. Yes, understand person-centered planning, which is very important. It's like their guide and their book to know who they are, what they like, what they don't like, how to respect them. Do they understand their rights? So that's what.
Good. So when are you gonna go head first into this full time, and just like, when are you thinking? How long do you think it'll take to get it off the ground to that magnitude?
I'm giving myself 7 months.
Ooh, Shalonda, that's awesome.
I'm giving myself 7 months, and once the 7 months is there, I'll be able to move, because the business is already there. It's just for it. Yeah, the business is there.
It's because it's something that you love, and you've been doing it for a while. You've been investing. You've been investing in yourself. So Self-Direction Incorporated.
Yes.
Self-Direction Incorporated. So I hope you put it in the chat, so Portia can have that information as well, and we could send it out. Other people, somebody's going to grab it, and somebody might be able to even help you move forward quicker. You know what I mean?
Well,
that network thing is powerful.
That's right. I'm praying it's a God. So I know that things will turn around, because this is something that's needed, Marie, and even to start working with different countries, because some countries shy upon people with disabilities. They turn them loose. Can you imagine? So just to be able to be that advocate and that mouthpiece for someone that says, listen, yeah, I have this disability, but you're not getting to know who I am. Get to know me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you bring to the table. I really do have I just have an expectation that it's going to really just go farther than you could even imagine. I pray for that for you as well. I pray for it. So, I give you, let me put my thing down real quick and just give you an applause. I'm excited. Somebody's fighting for those who can't fight for themselves. I'm excited, Shalonda. I pray for your team too. Those who come alongside you will have the same passion.
Yes.
All right. And you'll kind of get to see those who you engage on your team when they don't have the same passion, because everybody have different passions. So when and it just don't, because everybody doesn't gel well. They think this is, some people get involved because of money, like you were saying. Some people get involved because this is just my heart. I can give you an elevator speech on why this is my why. So when you talk like that, and you just got to see, everybody might not have it, but God will send the ones who do.
Yes.
And we'll be able to make a big difference in the world. Well, I'm excited about it. I'm excited. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anytime.
So much for your time. This is exciting. And I really do appreciate being able to say to my daughter later on today, I want you to look at this broadcast. Do you have a list of like support groups for parents who have special needs kids within?
Put it up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be great. That's something that they would have to really dig for, and just be able to put their finger on just areas where, or places or people that can kind of help talk them off the ledge sometime.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. First partaker of purpose, Shalonda Nelson.
Yes.
Your why you do what you do, and how passionate you are about it. Trophy of Life, visionary Portia Wheatley. We appreciate you coming. We appreciate you being a part and telling the story like nobody else can tell it. Nobody else can tell your story like you can tell your story. So we look forward to seeing where you go with this. And please don't forget to put your information in the chat so that you could share it with others. I know it's going to be a blessing. I know it's going to be beneficial for other people. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We appreciate you. You have a wonderful day.
You as well.
Good day. Thank you so much.